So yeah, the vet caught fire. It was my fault. It wasn't the car's fault. It wasn't a faulty piece or anything. It was all my fault. Pretty much, the car had been having trouble with long-term fuel trims. They were at plus 25%, which is like really, really lean. So the car's dumping fuel. So I couldn't figure out where a vacuum leak was or anything. So I eventually realized, oh, it had to be the injectors. They were clogged and not pushing in enough fuel. So I took them off to clean them. And when I cleaned them and put them back on, I didn't check to see if they were still, if there was any issues, if they were leaking. I had a fuel pressure gauge right there that I should have hooked up to the fuel rails, and I didn't. So what happened is the injectors were stuck open, I believe 5 of them, and they dumped fuel into the motor. So this causes a condition called hydrolock. When a cylinder fills up with any kind of fluid, the pistons can't move. And what happens is usually catastrophic failure, and a rod being bent, or maybe a starter, being broken off from a block because there's just too much pressure in that cylinder. So I went into panic mode because my motor would not turn over. And I quickly realized I had hydrolocked it with fuel. So I took a spark plug out, fuel poured out, realized what was going on, took all the spark plugs out, took the spark plug wires off, took out the fuel pump relay, and in a hurry, I was trying to figure out if I had bent a rod or caused any, damage to the motor. So I went to go turn it over to hear if there was anything knocking or anything, but I forgot to unplug the coil packs. So when that fuel that was in those cylinders sprayed out, the coil packs were still igniting, and that's what caused the fire. So I got really lucky because I was at home with a fire extinguisher in the car, as well as there was a water hose right behind me. The driver's side is cool. The passenger side, there was just a lot of fuel that leaked down the frame rail to where the PCM is, and it kind of just wouldn't go out. The fire extinguisher ran out quick. So if you have a fire extinguisher in your car, just know you want to hit the biggest part of the fire first, and wherever the small part is, worry about that later. Try to put that out with something else. So I just kept spraying water down in there, and it just eventually went out. So the damage was just the vacuum lines that go to the reservoir. One was the one that goes to the smog pump, which isn't there anymore, and the other one was the one that goes to the back of the intake that controls the HVAC inside of the car. The wires going to the PCM magically are not burnt. The plastic around them is kind of crispy. The back of the intake, I just capped that off. I just went and got some new injectors, dude. I got the green 42 pounders from Bosch. I live in Cali, so it's like there's not a lot of options that I can get because they all have something to do with emissions, and so you have to find like a stock version of something to get them here in Cali. And those Bosch 42 pounders were a good answer. The motor was not damaged. Everything was good. I just ended up changing the oil. Gas definitely got in there. It's got 180,000 miles on it. So more than likely the piston rings, gave off a little bit of pressure, and that's why a rod didn't bend. But yeah, I installed the green Bosch injectors, went to my tuner, was like, hey, it did catch on fire. It was my fault, but the car ran good, got to him. He tuned it. I see there was a lot of people online like having issues with tuning the green Bosch injectors because there's not a lot of info, but he's really, really good. He did it. So shout out to Teo. It took me like 2 years to get back to dude. And he's just been patient with me. So check him out on Instagram. It's Tuned by Teo. I hope I'm saying that right. It's TEO, Tuned by Teo. But yeah, fuel trims are within range, way within range. Car looks good, sounds good, it's running good. Got to Vegas and back, no issue. So I was gonna do the injector install video. I'm not gonna be putting that out because it's not gonna be a really good video. I do have a Mighty Mouse catch can I'm gonna be installing on here, but it's used, so I'm probably not doing a video on that either. But we'll see what happens next. Of course, See you guys on the next one.